Hello everybody and welcome to my video getting tidier. I hope you're well. This video starts in the evening where I'm putting a load of washing ready. I don't put the washing on, I just get it ready and set, so in the morning I can just press the start button and just general tidying up in the kitchen and sorting out. So my husband, usually I go shopping on a Monday morning, but my husband's going to be using the car on Monday, so he went to the supermarket and did some shopping for the next sort of few days. So you can see I've got some washing up, but really not that much at all. I'm putting all the things away back into the cupboards, and just doing a general sort of tidy up. So in the morning when we come down, the kitchen doesn't start off in a bit of a state. Generally now I am washing up a couple of times a day, which I used to sometimes leave it. So Monday, I used to wash up, like do extra washing up on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then when I got to Thursday, it was like I then just didn't wash up because I was working. So I'm generally just doing a little bit more, and that's just keeping everything ticking over a little bit easier. Also, it's really good when my husband does some washing up as well. As most of you know, he does a lot of the cooking, so obviously I don't expect him to cook the dinner and then do all the washing up afterwards. But if he knows that I'm out, or there's a specific, something happening in the evening, he'll make a point of then washing up, which is good. So often he washes up on a Wednesday because I'm at guides, so he'll come home, have something to eat, and then he'll wash up straight afterwards. But again, because there's not washing up left over, it's not like it takes that long. It can all be done fairly easily. So today we didn't go to church this morning. We actually watched the church service online, and then we did some bits around the house and got my daughter ready for her dance exam. So she had her dance exam sort of over lunchtime really. So she had some of her lunch beforehand because I didn't want her to have like too much food before the exam. And then she had some of the food after the exam. But then straight after the exam, we had a church service in the city that's closest to us, in the cathedral, which is very nice. Absolutely beautiful building. So it's a lovely place to have a service. So that was really enjoyable. And then afterwards there was like tea and coffee and biscuits. So we stayed a little while and then we came home. So you can see again my camera gives a much better angle, so I think the tripod's working well. So for the last few videos I haven't gone through comments, so I thought that I'd just give some comments from some of my subscribers. So good news is I've got a lot more in the last few days, so thank you everybody for subscribing. So Barbara said, great video, I hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday. The weather in Ireland is beautiful. Me and my son Adam are out cutting the grass and it's great for dry and washing. Enjoy every day with your daughter. The years fly by so quickly. My youngest is 19 now. Wow, I hope that stays sunny for you. That's lovely to hear. Here it's been really cold, really bitterly cold. And Decluttering Queen, I'm like, you always got washing, only 3 of us. I like doing the washing, love getting it out. Take care. Yeah, I do. I really enjoy washing and getting it all dry. Just don't like putting it away. Sparrow Stockwell says, yay, what a treat to see the spare room. You've got on a start, yay. I mean, there's lots of work in that spare room. That's going to take me a long time. The chest of drawers needs sorting, under the bed needs sorting, the wardrobe needs sorting, the floor needs sorting. So much to do. Yunu from California is cheering me on. Thank you for that, Yunu Paulson. Tracy Watson 1622. Totally agree. Even 10 minutes does help. 10 minutes is better than doing nothing for 10 minutes. I've done barely anything today, so my energy is very low. Oh goodness. Well, I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Certainly over the weekend, I hope you felt a bit more full of energy. Great video again, Tracy from Sunderland. Stormy1964 said, I bought a cheap clothes cover bag and filled it with extra rolls for Christmas paper and hung it on my closet. It was a big space saver for me. Super idea. Hello from Calais. This is my first follower from Calais. Teresa Doom said another great video. Andrea said, oh, you've lots of beautiful paper. Thank you for that, Andrea. Yeah, I have. I just need to use some of it up and not buy any more. The bedroom is so pretty and set. Will you do a whole picture? It looks like a big room. Definitely use the frozen bag for your mum and sister and the paper until it's all gone. Yeah, I might do a whole wide angle picture of the bedroom once it's tidy. New subscriber here from New Zealand. I now think I've got 4 subscribers from New Zealand. You're a very busy lady. I'm enjoying your voiceovers and your real life channel. Thank you for that. I do try to be real life. I know there's lots of channels out there which are like wonderful show homes. I don't think my house would ever be like a show home. And to be honest, nor would I want it to be. I like going on holiday where there's like no clutter and it's clear and you feel like it's very clean and kind of, well, sort of more like a hospital environment, some places, aren't they? But for my home, I like my bits and pieces. Exciting that you're starting slowly in your spare room. That was from Carolyn Quinn. Thank you for that, Carolyn. Thanks for your ongoing support. And then Frankie, LV Frankie, said, embrace the moment of the cardboard boxes and the sheet forts. In a blink of an eye, it will all change. Those memories will be more important than an organised and tidy house. You'll have plenty of time to have done all that then. I covered a cardboard box with wrapping paper and then stored all my wrapping paper and gifts inside that. I measured a spare gap between the cupboard and display unit so it fits snugly. Wow, what a great idea. There was no way I'd have been able to find a plastic container to suit the space. That's a good idea. You couldn't find a plastic container, LV Frankie, so you made one yourself. Super. I love it. And then she said, my friend and I used to swap back and forth the same gift bag for years for our birthdays. I love that. Reusing things, recycling, not having the waste. Thank you so much for all your comments. I love reading the comments. When I wake up in the morning and I've done some bits and pieces, that's the first social media. Well, is YouTube social media? I don't know if it's classed as a social media app or not, but that's the first app I have a look at to read your comments, to see where you're from, and to read your comments and your suggestions and ideas. I love it. It keeps me spurred on. So then the video moved on to today. So you'll see all the work that I did in the kitchen very quickly just after breakfast or just after lunch. It all starts getting untidy again. So quick, isn't it? Someone said, oh, I don't understand how your room can get so untidy when you spent all the time cleaning it. I assure you, I can have a completely clear room and within half an hour it's completely covered again. So here you can see I was doing some work in the lounge. I try to keep my tie backs on the curtains and pull them slightly out at the top so they're a bit more shaped. But doesn't always happen as planned. And I put the washing that I put on first thing this morning, I put that straight out because all the radiator has come on because it's so cold. Standing in the church on the way out, honestly, it was freezing. I am going to sort my cabinet out there. I have gone through it once, but I'm going to go through it again. And part of the reason why was I moved it very slightly the other day to clean underneath, you know, when I did my previous video. And as I did, a couple of my cherished items fell over. And they knocked over in the cabinet. I'm really lucky that I didn't break anything, to be honest. But now I don't push it back so it's square to the wall in case something else falls over. So here I'm cutting, my daughter got some old pencils, which I hasten to add. They're crayons, which we can no longer sharpen. You sharpen and all the time the lead breaks. And I've tried loads of different sharpeners. There are a couple of decent pencils there too. But she decided to line them all up and make like a little hanger, similar to the one which is above my mantelpiece there. She made that, so I've just taken that apart. I guess those pencil crayons, honestly, they're useless. I guess I'm going to have to put them in the bin or use them as firewood, you know, kindling. Because literally, you just all the lead it's like the lead's in 1,000 pieces. And they're new, so it's not like that's because they've been dropped on the floor by my daughter. So I do a bit more sorting in here just to keep on top of the table. There's a few things that are on the table that just need to be put back together again. So I've got the puzzle book which was dropped, so all the bits need to go back into that and make sure that it's full before we decide what to do with it. I've got the sequin picture, which has now been out there for quite some time. The idea of that was that's on the table for anybody just to stop and do 5 minutes on. That's the idea anyway, and then we can get it done rather than it just sitting up in the playroom forever and a day. So that'd be nice if my daughter manages to finish that off. I think, to be honest, I've done more on that than what she's done, but hey ho. Yes, there's more that I need to do on the table, and you can see my chairs, the same one in the video that I posted yesterday. And then on the shelf, I want to clear that a bit. So at the moment, there's only one plant there, but quite a few plant pots. So I'm going to find a new home for those plant pots. There's no point loads of pots sitting out on the shelves, is there, when they're empty? So I'll put them into storage until I've got plants to put them in. And then I go back to where I was working yesterday. So you can see that pile of things, all things that I plan to get rid of. But some of it was charity and some of it was bin. There are a couple of things. It's quite hard for me to clear out some things because they don't belong to me. And I've got no idea whether they're wanted or not wanted. So a couple of things we're going to give to the charity. And then I've decided I might see whether my nephew likes them, because he likes Star Wars. And then some of the CDs and DVDs I'm going to give to my dad for his allotment. You know, old ones. I'm talking like we've got Microsoft product 1999 or something. So those DVDs that you get with that. So I thought he could hang them and use them as bird scarers. So I'm going to double check with him before I just put them in the bin. And then also some of it was recycling. But I'm now getting another bag for the charity shop, which is great. Although I have got to say, I've still got the other 2 bags that I'm driving around with in the car. I need to go back to the charity shop that we normally take things to and see whether they're collecting again. It's a bit disappointing that they weren't able to collect. It's quite nice seeing how much clearer my cabinet is. I must get better at taking photographs of before and after. Because before, there were all things like over the top of the front where I just slotted them all in. There's some items of clothing I put in the charity bag. So it's good that I've got another bag. And I had somebody contact me about all my free pens, pencils, books and educational books and so on. So I've messaged them back and said, yes, they're still available. Are you happy just to collect them from my house if I let you have my address? And she's come back and said yes. And then I messaged her again and said, oh, I've got some additional educational books. Would you be interested in them? And she said, oh, yes, please. That'd be super. So I'm going to let her have them. And she said she's got a little 2-year-old and also one of her friends has got a child. So that's good. And then here I'm in the front room deciding where I'm going to put those books. So remember that section that I emptied out in the cabinet in the dining room? There were some books in there, wasn't there? And I thought, well, books need to stay with books. But the bookshelf is chocker. And it wasn't long ago that I went through this. There are some books that I rarely look at, but just I don't want to get rid of. So it's like my A-level psychology book, my revision guide. I could just think, oh, well, I'll get rid of that. But actually, there are things in it that are useful. Well, I mean, the last time I looked at it, I guess, was about 6 years ago. And I guess I probably could get it from the library if I really wanted it. But I don't want to get rid of it. And maybe my daughter might study psychology. So I've put some books on the top of the cabinet. But I will go through and do another check to see if there's any other books I can get rid of. And then I got this little pile there, which were all things from holiday. So I just decided to go through those. I've got holiday presents still for my sister and brother-in-law and nephew. So I put them in a bag. Then there were some spare bags. And then there were just some little bits and pieces. My husband's bought me a Dutch Miffy, which is really cute. I haven't yet taken it out of the bag, because I wanted to open it there and then, and he said, no, save it until you got home. But I really wanted it there and then. It's only a very, very small one, and it's a key ring. But I'm not decided whether I'm going to use it as a key ring or not. It's really lovely. I like Miffy. Yeah, so I'll go through here. I've got like double leaflets and photographs. And as I said, I didn't really buy much. It's more of kind of like the souvenir things. What I did get is I got a couple of nice tins which I'm going to use. I love tins. And I gave my mum and her partner the waffles from inside them. And then in the other tin that my daughter wanted for keepsakes, there were some like almond biscuits which my husband's going to eat. So that's worked well. So now I only got one bag left, which is good. There's a few things left on the rug that I just need to clear up. But I find that now that the lounge can be tidied up really quickly, which is great. So a little bit about in terms of my plans for tomorrow. What are you all doing tomorrow? So I'm recording this on Sunday evening, but by the time it's posted, it'll be Monday night probably, or Tuesday night. So just wondering what you got up to on Monday. What does your normal Monday look like? Do you go to supermarket shop like I do? What do you get up to? So normally, like I said, I go to the supermarket on a Monday morning. Well, I go to 2 supermarkets. I go to the cheap one and then I go to Tesco afterwards in order to get bits and pieces that I couldn't get in the cheap supermarket. So, yeah, just generally tidying up. And just try to make the cushions look nice, although they do look a bit untidy still, don't they? And then I was back finishing the kitchen after dinner, which now leads me towards the end of the video. But yeah, I was saying about tomorrow, wasn't I? So I'm not going to go to the supermarket shop, so I'm going to do housework for Monday. So I'm going to be focused on the house and probably do more in our bedroom, because our bedroom's got piles and piles and piles of washing that needs to be put away. So yeah, please let me know what you're up to. Also, I should let you know we've booked part of our summer holiday, which I'm really excited about. So we're going to be going to Italy, and I'm going to cross my fingers and toes that I might get to see a bear in the wilds. Now, I'm interested, do any of you, particularly those of you in Canada, have you ever seen a bear in the wild? Wow, I'd love to see a bear in the wild. They also have wolves in the part of Italy that I'm going to, so I'm quite excited about that. So I hope you've had a lovely weekend. I hope by the time you're listening to this, it'll be Monday or Tuesday, so I hope you've had a good start to the week. I hope the sun is shining for you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!